beer mugs. Today, I want to show you DIYers how to make your very own beer mug. It's actually gonna hold more than mine. Welcome to the first episode of DIY PVC Crafts. Here's the thing. As you see, we've got a few products around here. We're gonna show you how to build a beer mug, a stein, a shot glass, a Texas Jigger, maybe even a beer bong. But of course, first of all, guess what? You've gotta have beer. So,
I smell beer.
maybe. Squirt, welcome, how you doing?
Good, you?
I'm doing good. So, those of y'all that hadn't met Randy, this is Squirt, this is my son, and he drinks a little bit of beer.
I do.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
What are we making today?
But I've got a lot in store today. First off, let's do a tube shot. I want to stick with your bourbon world a little bit here.
Okay. How much is this supposed to hold?
A couple ounces, give or take, you know.
A few. Okay. I like that, and I like the way it's got a plug on it, so literally once you put this together, you could probably slide this in your back pocket, walk into a concert or something.
Or something. Yeah,
or something.
Or something.
You know, maybe just right inside the belt line. You could probably put a few of these around, walk in and really, I mean, nobody'd ever know it. All right, I like that. What's next?
Somebody asked me, could we build a shot glass out of PVC?
Well, you've got one right there.
So I said, here, it's built.
A beer shot.
But looky there, it's perfect.
I mean, you know, a couple ounces.
But we're in Texas. I'm from Texas, and we're gonna make this a jigger. So let's make this right.
Man, that's like, and I know we're not glued together yet. I mean, we probably got a half a beer there.
That's perfect. So then we'll get that.
So we got a couple
set.
ideas here.
So let's get that set. Let's build a beer mug. Bigger than your mug for sure.
I was gonna say, well, this is a beautiful mug though.
Bigger. Maybe not prettier.
But bigger.
It's PVC, but it's gonna look good.
I like that, and we're gonna build it out of clear PVC. Now, you normally go down and celebrate St. Patty's Day.
I do. I love it. Always have a good time down there. You know, this mug, it's perfect for one person carrying it around.
All right.
I'm gonna clean this up.
Okay, go right ahead. I appreciate that. Notice we are using low-calorie beer, so we take care of our figures. Starting with the first one's gonna be easy.
It is.
Straight, reach into the magic drawer, and we've got medium body clear cement, and we've got clear primer. Now, do we really need to primer everything? Yeah, we do. We don't want it to leak. We're using clear so it looks clean. But then on that, we're gonna do something a little bit different. So let's go ahead and get started here. Get some safety glasses.
What all's in that?
Everything.
Go inside the Candy Mountain Cave, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. Go inside the cave. Magical wonders are to behold when you enter.
Okay, well, I'll build this, and you can start building the jigger.
This one's gonna take some time.
I know. Before you know it, somebody will light a fire around this thing and burn this thing up. We've almost done that. So I got my pipe ends just about ready. Now, I like this. Now, let me ask you on these threads. What do you think we should put on here? Should we put Teflon tape on here? Should we put, I know we don't want pipe dope on there.
I'd say for this, since it's a shot tube, just Teflon tape. And I'd make sure to use blue because it tends to be a little thicker and holds a little bit better.
Yeah, and we definitely don't want to spill anything. Now, while Randy gets the primer on that, I've already got the glue on mine. I push it in, rotate it a quarter of a turn, and I'm just kind of holding it there so it doesn't hydraulic back out. Kind of not putting any glue on the very end for a reason. I know it's still going to push a little bit up in there. It is what it is. That's not just a shot glass anymore. That's a Texas Jigger.
This is officially a Texas Jigger.
I like that. I like that. All right, I don't believe that we are hydraulicing anymore, or not going to allow it to. You look down in here, there's a little bit of cement on the inside, which I knew by putting it inside the fitting it would push it up like that. But I can go ahead and take this rag, just gonna stick it down in there to see if I can get any of that glue out, just because I don't want there to be too much glue, but I want there to be enough in there that it's not gonna leak. So we're gonna set these down and let them cure up. The good thing is, using a threaded plug like this, you can put Teflon tape around it, fill this up to right below the threads, and then put this in and tighten it up enough that it won't leak. I'll tell you, you can carry a little bit in that. All right, we're gonna let that set and dry. Now this is gonna be interesting.
Now this is a little unique.
Okay,
This is actually our base, this plug here.
I like that.
Went with this female adapter for the bottom of our riser.
Okay, now have you ever drinking out of a 4-inch mug or?
I've used a 4-inch cast iron cap to drink water on a job one time in a pinch.
I can understand. Was it used?
No, it was a new one that came in off the truck. Now, you know, they keep cast iron fittings in the dirt most of the time though, but hey, a little dirt never hurt.
And one thing I do love about purple primer, you can see when it's on there. Now, we're making this really for fun, for show. There'll never be any pressure. I'll say that. I guess if you got it right around your mouth, right, and you upchuck at the same time you're drinking, there could be a little bit of pressure, but hopefully that doesn't happen. One thing about clear primer, you can't tell if it's everywhere, but you angle it just right under the lights, and you can see that, you know, you got a good, clean install there. See, I'm a good apprentice. You see I have that right there ready for him to go?
Key to being a good apprentice, one step ahead.
Randy's not a plumber. Randy got into the union and went over to become a pipe fitter. So Randy has worked, number one, he worked with me as a plumber before then, or as an apprentice. So he's been in and around plumbing. How old were you think first time took you out
First
to a
time
job
I
site?
went to a job, I'm sure I was 13 years old. And I feel like I've helped every one of you to learn a little bit of my plumbing skills.
He's got uncles and uncles' brothers and cousins and nephews and
Brother-in-laws.
Brother-in-law
All
and-
sorts. But I like pipe fitting.
pipe fitting's the big stuff. Randy likes working with the big steel pipe. So this is just kind of fun.
Well, yeah, there's beer involved.
Absolutely. Now, while he's wiping that off, we got this flat plug for a reason. The only caps we could find were curved. And we thought about trying to grind the bottom off one so you'd have a flat thing and set it down, but we really couldn't find that. So what we decided to do is take this, and there's a little titty on it, so we'll grind that off. That way when it sets down, it's good and level, it doesn't wobble. But we're also gonna drill this and put a handle on it where it will actually hold more beer. So I'm gonna reach down here in the magic drawer. I'm gonna keep the Teflon tape back just a little bit from the edge, and I'll leave this out because we do have a couple more threads to put up. So, how big's your strap wrench? Big enough or no?
Magic drawer. Of course we got a strap wrench.
Absolutely. So we're gonna come right around the threads. First time I saw a strap wrench as a plumber, I thought, man, that is so smart.
Very useful tool.
And it does come in handy. And then we'll call that tight enough. So if you ever do something like this and you get too much tape on there, on a shower head, anything like that, you don't want to leave it out there where people can see it. You can go through and remove most of it where it looks nice and neat. What are you doing with that center finder there?
Well, you know, me being the pipe fitter I am, I like everything plumb level square.
And most plumbers don't know what center finders are.
Correct. You know, in y'all's world, y'all get to roll it just a little as you're doing things. It doesn't have to be just 100% accurate. You know? These, I can mark 0 degrees on both of these fittings 100%.
Got a little scratch there. See that? Yep.
So we got 2 marks at 0 degrees.
2 marks at 0 degrees so that we can keep our handle nice and pretty.
And now we're gonna end up threading the metal adapters into this. So are you gonna put them up here in the center of the coupling? Where it's thicker, or what is your thought?
My thought is I'm gonna go center of the joint itself so that I hit the a good thick part of the coupling and the full thickness of the pipe also. And since this is 3/4 inch pipe we're tapping in, I'm starting out with a smaller bit and we're gonna step it up. See if you got a little bit bigger bit in that magic drawer.
Oh, I might have. Let's go
That
up
looks
there.
perfect. Now, do we have a real big one?
We do. Matter of fact, got a whole big one here. Not just with a bit, but also with a tap.
Perfect.
So as you can tell by the plastic, we might have had a little bit of a problem. But we're gonna go ahead and try and let Squirt do it again. Now, you see how slow and easy we went. We may not have tried that the first time. Now, when you're doing this, be careful because as I did it, playing with it, I almost broke my wrist. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. So, Squirt, reach down in the magic drawer. May we have a little something to help you out. Now, as plumbers, we normally don't use taps a lot. What are you doing here?
So I'm cutting a new thread into our pipe for our male adapter to screw into the fitting.
Now, if you were doing this on steel or something, would you lubricate those?
Definitely
tap?
so.
Okay.
I would use cutting oil to get it prepped, but with this plastic. Yeah, so when you do this, you want to run your tap all the way down.
Because this is a tapered thread. All right, now, the neat thing about this is we didn't just go through the coupling, we went through the clear PVC pipe too, so that we know that when that thread's in, that's gonna go all the way in to the clear pipe, and we're gonna get a good connection there. Anything to think about when you're starting those threads?
You want to make sure you're sitting flush with your hole on that tap so that you know that your thread actually goes in straight. And the way I do that is just kind of, there's 4 sides to a tap and you just kind of feel all of them. Make sure you're sitting flush before you get started.
And the good thing is, when you glue this together and let this sit up for a while, the PVC coupling and the pipe, it's like you're really going through one piece. Now, it gets a little harder as you go deeper. Whenever we were playing with the other piece that may or may not have broken, we realized that when we got down to the pipe was much harder than the Schedule 40 PVC that we were trying to drill through. So you can tell by looking, he's taking the tap all the way down. Now you come right back out. That way you're ready to put your fitting in. What I'm doing is priming our 2 pieces that Randy's already pre-cut to get ready to go down in here. So remember, no matter what joint you're doing, you want to make sure that when you twist it and push it in, you hold it for a little bit. You don't want it to push back out, cause any leaks, let you have any problems at all.
So what we're gonna do now is I've cut these and I've kept it pretty close because when we do fill this mug up, it's gonna get pretty heavy. And with it being PVC, I kept our handle close. But what I've decided is we'll put a 90 for our bottom, looking up. We'll go ahead and put a T on top of that. And I got us a female adapter because our handle will be full of beer. So we will need to clean it out at some point.
So now we're gonna cut a 6-inch piece. And you know what? Look, I like the little easy tools. Oh, look what's in the magic drawer.
It's magic.
We'll get that later. Now, this is not for amateurs. If you're making something like this, I mean, what do you think this is gonna hold, 6, 8 beers?
At least a 6
Not
pack.
for a rookie. What do you think?
Solid.
Tolerable? Now, we got a whole bunch of stuff left over here.
Well, that's the funnest area.
What do you mean?
That is for more than one person at a time.
Huh. Party drinker.
That's for the party drinker.
We got a little bit of, a lot of it, a clear PVC. You sure you can carry this thing around? I think I work out with stuff like that in the morning.
Well, you know, they've got the 12-ounce curls like normal.
Yeah.
No, this is for the
12-pound
professionals.
curls.
Like we said, you cannot be a rookie to carry this around and deal with it all day.
12-pound curls, you gotta love it.
For our 2-inch rod?
Well, the
Three stubs? No. Like butter.
I don't know.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Which one you going first?
I'll do this close one.
Ah, fungered so. Now, why did I turn my side down while his side was up? Well, most drinkers are right-handed. But you want to make sure that you got it where they're comfortable to get it on and get it off.
Cannot have any
You do
waste.
not want to spill a drop of beer.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
What do you think there, Squirt?
I think this is about party ready here. We're gonna have to let this set. We'll flush it with some water, and then we can have some fun.
All right, so we've actually let everything soak overnight, cleaned it out, still smelled just a little bit of primer. Not too bad.
Not too bad. It'll be all right.
Okay, so what all we got here again? We got a shot tube.
We've got our shot tube. We've got our jigger.
That's a Texas Jigger.
We've got our beer mug. Big as your mug.
This is just a beer stein. I got to tell you what, this is really pretty cool. Because you think about this. We're going to fill it up here in a minute and see how many beers we can get in here, how many ounces of beer we can get in here. But the cool thing is, I mean, you put 3 or 4 beers in here and just carry it around, waist level, it's easy to grip, easy to handle, but it's really pretty neat.
Looks nifty.
Because what we're going to do first, we want to see how many ounces we can get in each one of these. So let me start off here with just 8 ounces. I don't think we'll need it in the very beginning. Which one of these do you think is going to hold more though? The Jigger or the tube?
I think they're gonna be pretty close to the same, honestly.
Very interesting. Now, as you see, I'm spilling beer and that's a bad thing to do. But that's why I was trying not to do it. It's not like a glass where you can tilt it and pour it down the side really, really smooth. But in this shot tube, I wouldn't be pouring beer anyway. This is where I'd want Jello shots that I could pre-refrigerate, maybe a little good bourbon or tequila, depending on where I'm going and what I'm wanting to do. So that's gonna hold the head for a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and try. Now, I used to be a bartender, so you would think that I could pour this pretty good. And that one there did very well. So that one is pretty much full. So the Texas Jigger that we did, looks like it's right at about 3 ounces. So our marks, we've got 12 ounces, 8 ounces. Oh, that's 6 ounces. Oh, I'm looking at it all wrong. Oh no, that's 4, 8, and 12. So that little jigger is about a 4-ounce jigger. Not near as much as our jigger. Yeah, it only came up to the first little mark down here, not the 4. So just a little over, probably 2 1/4, maybe 2.5 ounces. So we're at about, call it 6 ounces in here right now. And that takes care of these two. If I were putting bourbon in here, I would probably go ahead and put Teflon tape or something on here to seal it off. This will go down in your cowboy boots, go in your pocket. I know that we spilled just a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and call that a beer. One beer, I mean, literally, it's looking like it's down here. This thing may hold a 12-pack. And I'm gonna tilt it at an angle just to keep all the head from coming up. Time that settles down a little bit, we're gonna come in right around in here. That's about half full. Now remember, I talked, this would be pretty cool just to carry around like that. You've got it right here. Put your hand down in here, that way you're not having to hold it perfectly straight. Because I gotta tell you, I mean, it's got a little weight to it by the time you carry that around.
Good curls there.
Oh, yeah. To heck with 12-ounce curls, we're working out. Man, what happened? Didn't we build something else?
We did.
Where's it at?
We've got to look up and find it.
I'd say let's go ahead and pour about 4 beers in there if you want to start that. Now, you want to go ahead and dump this in there too? That way,
Let's do it.
that will show you where 8 beers will go. Still a little head in there, nothing bad, but
Look at the head on that one.
man. We know that we got 2 ounces, 4 ounces. This one here, man, probably 8 beers, 6 beers. 8 to fill it up, probably 6 to go comfortable with it. We really think in the beer bong, we can get a 12-pack of beer. Now, you got to see them try it. Make sure you hang around to see. We brought our other office people out here to let them try it. It's pretty funny. All right, so if you were at a party and you were really wanting to have fun, you can raise this thing up to about a perfect level. Most people are right-handed. I mean, look, we've got 8 beers in here. You put 3 or 4 beers in, get enough that it's gonna flow pretty good. I don't drink beer. Colton, do you want to get in on this? Yeah. You will? Okay.
Let's get
Good.
some.
The cameras are going great, so y'all go ahead and I'm gonna sit back here and
That's beautiful.
and make fun of y'all. But yeah, this is really a pretty cool deal. I'm gonna shoot it this way. Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
So,
Are you
matter of
ready
fact-
for this?
Matter of fact, you probably want to now. Do you put your lips on it?
Would you like safety glasses?
Yeah, here, yeah. There you go. I'm not gonna get wet, so or y'all help remember that. 3, 2, 1, 0. You didn't last very long, Colton.
It's got some flow.
Beautiful flow.
Okay, hold on. All right, so they've probably already sucked a couple of beers out of it.
Oh, I assure you I did.
Randy says, I'm sure I did. So what you're gonna do, valve will, and you turn it all the way and that opens it up.
Okay.
So you're gonna put your lips on it, open it up, and go till you can't drink.
Okay.
Okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Well, shut the valve. Look at Amber. Like I said, come show them how a pro does it.
That came out really fast.
Very fast. Get
I
footage
did
from
not
this
know.
phone.
I was not
know,
expecting
you're
how
like,
fast that was going to come out.
Well, they said shotgun. I was like, all right.
This video is sponsored by Leak Pro. It was definitely a leak to be seen. Anyway, go check it out, www.leak-pro.com. Guys, thank you very much. Randy, thank you for being here. This
Glad
has
to
been
be
fun.
here. This was a great video to have a good time with.
You smell like beer.
I do.
Yes, he does. If you love this video, you'll definitely love this one about the Redneck Margarita Machine.